And we're back. Now we're going to go under the hood a little bit. And I'm actually going to do the evil deed and log in as root. Dun dun dun. Okay, another thing you're going to need to do, and there's a few things that I had to do to set up this to get it to behave the way you need it to. And I'll just, hopefully I have the notes really quick without absolutely destroying this presentation. Come on. Okay. Now, before, there are times, honest to say, I mean, Ubuntu's done a lot of good things, and they have a lot of things that are very nice about their setup. But one thing I don't like about their setup is, but it can be overcome, is that they actually don't let you do, to administrate the system, you need to log in as the root user, or use the program called sudo to basically grant yourself rights to be the root user. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go back in as myself. To just quickly show this. As we get the Ubuntu jungle, we're all modern, sophisticated, sympathetic people. Okay, so we'll go over here to the terminal, and most of the time, Ubuntu, you'll see instructions where they say, type this command, sudo, and then whatever it is you want to do, and then it asks you for a password. So every time you're typing a command, now you got to have the extra sudo, and then you got to do the password thing. And it gets tiresome after a while, and especially if you're doing something that's trial and error that takes a while to figure out. And of course, I'm not going to have you figure anything out. I'm going to show you everything I know here. That's the way things work, because, you know, this is the result that I have here is a result of many people working together and me using that work to my advantage. Okay, but this SU is using, it's another form of sudo. I'm not sure what they call super user, maybe. And then I provide my root password, and then I'm able to administer from the command line as root, but not click around. If I want to be able to click around, I got to move a lot of things, or it's just too tedious in this area to even do this SU. There was one, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search Google, because you know, you might be watching this 4 years after I made this thing, but I'll tell you what I had to do at the time to get this thing to work, to give myself the ability to type SU in the password and do root commands from the command line without having the extra sudo every time and doing the password every time. Because I did the command sudo password root. What that does is it gives, it'll ask you for your password, you give it, and then you give yourself the permission to set up an administrator. It's kind of backwards. And then once you give it a password, after you do this, it'll ask for the will give it a new Unix password, and you give it, and this is Ubuntu 10.04. Ubuntu 10.04, not Kubuntu, Mythbuntu, Xbuntu, MeowMixBuntu. It's Ubuntu, and you know, just, you know, all these systems could be a little different, but I'm in Ubuntu. I found this to be the best one to work with, so hopefully you'll feel the same way. Otherwise, you're gonna have to figure out how to do some things just, you know, differently than what I did here, but hopefully you'll have some pointers. So once you do that, you have and then you can log in the graphical user interface as the root user. And the next thing is to get this numlock to come up every time that you boot in. You have to edit a file. This is, and again, in Ubuntu 10.04. I haven't got to the Samba client yet. These are specific little things, and again, there's some little annoying things you just wish worked right off the bat, and you wonder why they didn't do it otherwise. But basically, and I'll log in as a root user just to click on it and show you. I don't like being asked whether I want the terminal closed. I've never had that before. I don't like him asking me, oh, did I pick restart? Okay, you get to see my bootloader. Woohoo! I guess you get to see the speed of it shutting down and starting up. There it was. Okay, I just picked it, went back into Ubuntu, and a couple times just kind of sat there and blinked and thought about it for a little while before it started to get its act together. Okay, there it is. It's going. And which means I got to log out, so I've wasted about a minute here. I'll stop. Should I stop? Yeah, good stop. Nah. You're teasing me, Ubuntu. Quit teasing me. Okay. You bastard, you. Okay, I'm going to log out. And I'll pick other in this case. This is the condition you'll find it after you do that one command I just gave you. The secret command, because I'm your buddy. I look after you. I put my password in, and there I am. So I'm the root user. I'll just show you. Now I'm going to show you what I did. Okay. How this stuff works. Okay. One thing that happens in a lot of the Linux flavors is that if you want something to start up when the computer starts up, you got to put a shell script file in the etc initd folder. If you know that, you're ahead of the game. As you can see here, all these different things are going to start up by one way or the other, and including this is the file that I made. So I'll just show it to you. I got this. I cheated. I'm not like Mr. Super Shell Scripter or anything. Let me tell you what I know for sure as far as my skills are concerned. See that? bin sh? I know that needs to be there to run the shell script. Okay, and then these pounds mean, these little pound signs mean shell script. Ignore that stuff. That's for humans to read and understand. This case 1 means this $1 means that there's any words after the words sif amount unmount, or the name of the name of the script, which I made sure was called sifs mount unmount. If someone types in sifs mount unmount and then a word after that, in the case that that word is start, do this. If in the case that word is stop, do that. Now this is the mount command, and this damn mount command took me a long time because over the years the mount command and the really low end tool sifs that mounts the server has changed from what it was before. It used to be SMBFS, and used to put -0 guest, and you didn't have to put UID, and you would put something like file mode here, but it would be F mode, and you wouldn't put the IP number, but you put the name of the server there. Okay, and then there's my mount point. But this is the way I got it to work, and I only got it to reliably work if my computer had an IP number very very earlier to start with, which is why I do not use DHCP in this situation. I want the computer to have because if it doesn't have an IP number from the DHCP server when this thing runs at startup, then it won't know what to do with 192.168.0.30. It may or may not know what to do with the NetBIOS name. And I found that I think I've had to use. I could try Morton Associate in there, but I found this works, and I was just sick of making the change, rebooting, and finding it didn't work, and so I stopped there. But if you're a person that is absolutely stuck on using DHCP, you might try that.